What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. For today's video, we're gonna be doing a quick install on the S2000. Let's get right into it. All right, you guys, so what I have here is the NOCO GC002. And what it is just a connector that works with any of the NOCO battery tenders and chargers. I rarely ever get to drive this car just because of the weather here in Portland. So I gotta keep it charged somehow. Let's go ahead and open it. Like I said, this will be a very quick install. This is what it looks like. This is designed to stay in the car. Yes, I have a battery tender, but I have to, here, I'll show you right here. I have to basically use these. I mean, just like with any battery tender or charger, you have these prongs, and a lot of the times they don't really fit all that well onto the terminals. And so I wanted a more streamlined and permanent solution so that I can keep my car charged. So this is a pretty simple design. It's nothing new. A lot of these are already on the market, but I trust NOCO, and so I went with this one right here. So essentially what it is you have your positive and your negative. These are the M6 connectors that are intended to stay onto the terminal, or to be fastened onto the terminal. And then you have your 20 amp fuse in this tab right here for protection, and then this right here is what plugs in to your battery tender. So this is what I use as a charger and as a tender. I'm going to be using these words interchangeably, so just be aware of that. This is the NOCO Genius 2. There's a lot of versions out there of the NOCO chargers, but I have this one. And essentially, if your charger has this type of connection, then it should work with this connector right here. Yeah, so just a quick test fit. This is the connector. Go ahead and take the cover off, and then we'll be swapping it out for these prongs right here. And then we take the connector of the charger, and it simply goes on like so. You hear that click. So pretty simple design. Like I said, this isn't anything new to the market. It's been around for a little while, and as mentioned, it's intended to stay inside of your car so that you don't have to bust these out every time you need a charge, or every time you plan on not driving the car for a significant amount of time. So that said, let's go ahead and get this thing slapped on. It should be very quick. All right, so hopefully you guys have a good visual of the battery setup, and this works with not just S2000s, obviously, it works with a bunch of other cars. It's a universal edition, let's just put it that way. So first, here's what I was talking about with these prongs. So sometimes you can get a good connection, but look how easy it is for it to disconnect. Just do that and it's already off. I prefer, like I said, a permanent or a more permanent solution. And so this is why I decided to install one of these. And so when working on batteries or anything like that, you always want to be careful not to shock yourself. I mean, it probably won't hurt, but it may cause some damage to your car. So just be careful. All you'll need is basically a 10mm wrench. And when I say be careful, I mean when you're touching this, don't connect the two using the wrench. So just be mindful of that. Specifically for this, for installing this, we're not really removing the battery, so there's really no specific order to this. So with that said, let's just dive right in. I'm gonna start with the negative terminal here. And if you guys can see that, these M6 loops are intended to be installed onto this bolt right there. So first things first, let's go ahead and loosen this. And just be very careful not to lose this nut, because we are gonna take it all the way. Here, let me move my light here. There we go. All right. ahead, put that in there like so. Okay, and go ahead and tighten that down. Might need a socket for this, but this should work. Okay, just make sure that thing is snug. There we go. So I zoomed in for you guys. That's what it looks like right there. Now let's go ahead and do the positive side. All right, so same steps. Just carefully loosen this. All right, so once you're happy with the placement or the position of it, go ahead, tighten it down. So there we go. Those aren't going anywhere. Let's go ahead and slip this terminal cover back on. All right, so what I ended up doing was just putting a zip tie right there so that this doesn't flop around everywhere when I'm driving. The main goal is to make sure that I have quick access to this plug right here, but when not in use, I'm just gonna probably wrap it around this in there, and that should be good. I feel pretty comfortable with that. And one thing that I wanted to mention, I know in the beginning I said that there's really no specific order that this cable has to be installed, but if you want to be safe about it, treat it like you're installing a battery. So in order to do that, you always want to connect the positive terminal first. So meaning we start with the red and then go ahead and start on the negative, which is the black one right here. All right, so let's say I don't plan on driving the car for a couple months. All I have to do is plug this into the wall, and then we take the connector from the NOCO charger right here, then go ahead, plug that to the car itself, and then we can tell it's working since these lights are flashing or slowly flashing. So that means it's either charging or it's maintaining. So there we have it. And I also wanted to mention that this is a lot safer and more durable than the prongs. Since these are bolted on, I can pull these and they won't just clip off. So completely safe, and it works well with the NOCO charger as it is a NOCO. Again, it's the NOCO GC002. It's the M6 eyelet connector. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I will link everything in the description so you guys can check it out for yourselves. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.